Okay, good afternoon everyone. Today I'm continuing the VFR tour of Scotland, and but the next leg would normally be from Wick of the scheduled tour, from Wick to Stornoway, I think it is. However, the tour didn't schedule in the Shetland Isles, and so I thought I'd do a quick diversion today up to Sundberg, and then after Sundberg we'll go and have a look at Out Skerry, which is up here. To save time, I'm already engine started and sitting on the apron. I just need to find out the taxi route. So where are we? Oh, that's strange, it's not showing up. It says I'm outside of bounds. Where am I then? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, probably show up in a minute. I should be down here somewhere. So I haven't put real weather on because it's actually overcast and raining, so the scenery wouldn't look particularly great. So I've just set scattered clouds. I think the winds are about 5 knots, and but they're from 27. So we'll take off from runway 27. But find the way there. So let's release the parking brake. I'll get some taxi lights on, I think. Not that one, not that one, that one. So I'll put the taxi lights on. I don't need strobe lights yet. Release the parking brake. And we'll taxi out to the runway. As I say, I've got to find the runway first. For some reason Navigraph didn't think I was... Oh, I know why it's outside of bounds. Hang on a second. I put Navigraph on the wrong airport, that's why. Might help. Oh, that's better. Oh, it's actually runway 31, not 27. I was looking at Kirkwall, which we're not landing at, but we're going to fly over Kirkwall. So it's runway 31 that we want, and then we'll do a right-hand turn after takeoff and head north east. So today we are in the Cessna 172 classic version, not the glass cockpit version. So we're just coming up to the runway here. So check the runway's clear. Yep. So we'll put our landing lights on. Landing lights on, strobe lights on, taxi lights off, and we'll go out onto the runway. Now again, I haven't flown this aircraft since the update, so hopefully it will behave itself, but we shall have to see. Don't know if do I need any flaps? Let's have some takeoff. Oops, 1 degree of flaps. I've got takeoff trim set, so let's go. Airspeed active, 40 knots. 60 knots, and we'll lift off. So bye to Wick for now, and we'll be back later to continue the tour. Well, I might not. We'll just fly up to the Shetland Isles, and I'll leave it there because I don't want to. I don't know how long. It'll probably be a half hour at least, I would think, not a bit longer. So heading up over the Shetland Isles now. Need to trim down a bit, I think. Not a lot, but just to. I was going to climb up to about 1,500 feet, and hopefully I might be able to put the autopilot on. We'll see. I've got the alert set. I don't know if this plane holds itself at. Do I need to turn it on? Oh yeah, let's turn that on. Oh, VS. 200 feet a minute. That will do. I haven't got far to go. Could go a bit steeper probably. Climbing at 80 knots. So we'll have a look outside. Wick appears to be, this area appears to be extremely flat. I don't know, I presume it is actually, but up along this peninsula. I'll put our flaps up before I forget. It's a fixed gear on the C7 or C172, so right. Well, the that's nav, GPS. Yeah, so it's telling me I need to be over to the right. So so let's turn the aircraft a bit, and we'll put it on heading mode. See how it behaves. Because I'm a bit off the flight path. Not that it really matters at the moment because we're still heading in roughly the right direction. Let's go back and see what the passengers' view's like. Alright, so they're sat back a bit further, are they? Well, it won't go any further back. Out the windows. Back into the cockpit. What height are we? Oh, that's alright, it's levelled off. The autopilot's done its job and levelled off at what's that, 1,500, yeah. A bit rockier down there. Let's change the weather to few, shall we? Make it a bit brighter. We want to see the scenery. I mean, I normally fly in real weather, but it seems a bit of a shame to miss out the scenery. I don't know why. Am I not on? Oh, I see. I thought it was on GPS. That's why. Okay, let's go back this way again. We went a bit too far east. I just noticed on here we've gone past the flight path, so we want to head towards Kirkwall. So we're on GPS mode, which is the flight plan that I entered in. So we're just following this rocky coastline for the moment. I'm waiting for this bar to start coming in. Let's see, it should tell me what I need to be on. No. Why is it not moving in? No, gone past it. Well, I reckon I should be about 3 degrees or something like that. We must have the winds blowing from the west, so although I set the head and it's blowing me somewhat out the way. I'll do about nav mode again. No, nav mode's over there. Oh, of course, because Sumber is, so if we look at the map here, so we're flying up here at the moment, and Sunbury is over to the right, but I want to head towards Kirkwall as my first point of call, fly over Kirkwall, or it's the Orkneys, isn't it? I think this is the Orkneys, and up here is the Shetlands. My geography serves me correct. So we're just beginning to see the Orkney Isles ahead of us. Let's come around this way. I've got my drone camera on, flying along with the aircraft. Come this way a bit more. See how we're getting on with the GPS. Yeah, not too bad. Slightly off course, but we'll come around a bit more to the north. So there's Kirkwall there. Now, what's the... Let me have a look at the... Oh, that's Kokal. Just have a quick look at Kirkwall. Approach 108.6 is the I would expect it to be picking that up, but it's not picking it up for some reason. Maybe we're not it's us coming up over to the initial islands. I've no idea what they're called. Let's have a look, see if it gives me an island name. Okay, so we are alright, so this island then is South Ronald's Way. So I had to look it up on the map. So at the moment we're flying over South Ronald's Way. As you'll see, there's very few trees. I mean, some of these trees probably actually aren't there, but the scenery rendition thinks they are. But I'm surprised to see some of these on the coast here, but they might be. I don't know. It's still fairly south for the Orkney and Shetland Isles. So out here to the right, I would imagine it's over here, is the island of Hoy. And then we come up to what's called the mainland. Alright, so Kirkwall itself is on the mainland. Still doesn't seem to have picked up the navigation VOR for Kirkwall Airport, but I know the flight plan is actually the is a waypoint, but it's practically on the airport. So in fact it is over the airport, so we could probably go GPS mode. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so we're bang on at the moment. So if I went to nav mode, it will correct slightly. Excuse me. We're just flying over here, St Margaret's Hope, on the north end of South Ronald's Way. And this is Bury. Or Bury, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's Bury. There's a little road that runs between the two. Here is Bury. And this bit of the island is called Buray, B-U-R-R-A-Y. And then we start to hit the tip of the mainland. There should be a little airport down here somewhere, according to the map, on this island bit in between where the roads join. We'll have a look in a minute. In fact, we can have a look now. Let's see. Oops, sorry. That's my fault. Hit the wrong button. Oh, that's probably... Is it there? No. It's supposed to be on this island here, called Lamholm Airfield. It's probably a grass strip anyway, but yeah, that looks like it there. Look, and that's roughly the right angle according to the map. So we've got a road bridge by the look of it going across. That looks like it there, I would imagine. Show a few more outside views because my son wanted to see more. He said, you can't see enough from inside the aircraft, so, but at some point I'm going to have to fly the aircraft, so or monitor its flight. I mean, it's not too bad. You see a fair bit. Okay, so this is the mainland here. Where are we going? And Kirkwall Airport, I think, is over here. So we should be able to see it out the port side. As we'll be flying practically over the top of it, but so there we are, coming up to Kirkwall, and then we'll head off in this direction up towards Shetlands. So let's have a quick shimmy outside again. So there's Kirkwall Airport. Over this area somewhere is Tankerness, it's called. There's Kirkwall below us. As I say, we veer off here to the northeast. At what's that, about 30, 40. About 50 degrees, 040050, something like that. So we'll have a look and see what the code or VOR frequency is for Sundberg, and I'll tune that in as well, just to give us another reference. Yeah, we're still on the nav GPS. Well, we're following the GPS actually, because it's on GPS mode. So if I look, so we'll try runway 27. No, we won't. I quite like runway 15. No. Oh, it's unspecified. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Why haven't they got a... I'll fly that one. What's that one? That's runway 33. Star. Oh, right, that's this one. Alright, so we want 11... why haven't I... That's it. We want 117 in the VOR. So we'll have 117 decimal 35, and we'll tune that in. It's a VOR approach. We'll try and land. They don't appear to have approach for runway 33, which is a shame. Maybe they don't normally use it these days. But I quite like the runway 33 approach. I've seen it, so we'll try and land on runway 33. So we need to be yeah, that's strange. I wonder if they've changed the way they land here. Standard IFR charts. Most odd. Oh well. we'll try and do a visual anyway on runway 33. I mean, the winds are 27. Maybe I should do the two. Maybe I should do the ILS. Oh, I'll do the ILS. We'll fly over the island anyway. They got a teardrop for 27. DME. EOR. We go out and we turn around. Okay. So I'm just looking at the charts, trying to work out the best way to approach this, just for a second. So if we want to do the ILS for runway 27, no, what? I'm going to do it to 33. Solid. Excuse language. So 33 is actually this one here. They seem to be only doing. They do 15. And they do 27, but they don't seem to do 33 for some reason. They've obviously changed, but I mean, I have seen real life videos of airlines coming in with turboprops on runway 33. I know the winds, it's only 5 knots I've got set, so it's not much. But yeah, we'll do 33, I think. Right, so we've got quite a distance to go actually. A good 60 odd miles, I think. We've got any DME on here? Can we get any DME? Let's have a look at the instruments again. Our distance 61.8 miles. 61 miles, and we're doing what, 120 knots, so it's about 30 minutes I suppose. So we'll shortly be leaving the Orkney Isles. So there we are, flying over the most northerly of the islands, or almost northerly of the islands. I think I can't see it actually. That's it, Stronsay Island. This is Stronsay Island. And there's one more Orkney Island over here, really, to go, which is I don't know, I can't see the name of it on the map. The airport over here is Sanday, but I don't know if that's the name of it. It might be Sanday Island, perhaps. It could be called Sanday. That's quite strange. The little one over here, that's called Sanday, and that's called E-Day. Around the back here, over here. So we've got E-Day and Sanday, and Sanday is the biggest of the two. Big lights on, fuel pumps off. So I'm just doing a few checks. Flaps are up. So we'll be heading out across the North Sea, and apart from skimming the edge of this island, Sanday, and then there's North Ronaldsay as well, which is, I think, probably, don't know if we can see it. might be over here. It's not as big as Sanday by any means. I think it could be this one here, North Ronaldsay. But then after that it's North Sea until we hit the coastline for Sundberg. So yeah, I want to come in past the Sundberg Head lighthouse, and then do a and then turn on the runway 33, because it's quite a little challenge and it's quite low, so you get a good view of things. Whereas if we come in, yeah, I'll show you on the map. So we're coming up this way, so I'm going to come over the Sundberg Lighthouse, Sundberg Head Lighthouse, and then turn around. So you come in fairly low over here, and then you turn around, turn on to runway 33. But had we come in on runway 27, we just come in over the sea, which, to be honest, is a lot less interesting than coming over this peninsula, Sundberg Head, I think it's called. So that is the plan. Well, he's got me top of descent up here, but we're actually a lot lower than the. It gave me like 3,000 feet, but I didn't want to go up that high. We've got Fair Isle that we'll be passing, or maybe we could just do a slight detour to Fair Isle. Let's have a look. Has that got a EGEF? I don't know if that's got a navigation aid. Fair Isle. No, I haven't got any charts for Fair Isle, so we'll have to see if we can follow once we see the island off to our right hand side. We've got some way to go yet, about another 10-15 minutes probably. Oh, we've got some boats around though. So let's leave you with some outside views at the moment as we pass over the top end of Sanday and North Ronaldsay over here. Just moving the drone camera. I can alter the speed of the drone camera on the horizontal and the forward and back, but unfortunately with the what's it called, the top hat on the joystick, it tends to sometimes move a lot faster than you're expecting it to. Oops. I think I'm probably looking down too much. Okay. Nice reflections of the clouds and the quite steady, still waters. I'm sure if we'd gone on real weather it would have been atrocious. Shall we just have a look? I don't know if it's going to upset things. Let's have a look, see what the real weather's like at the moment. Whoa, yeah. We wouldn't have seen very much. And it's descending me, so let's stick it back a few clouds. Yeah, when you change the weather you always get that sort of reaction to things. But never mind. Okay, so we've got the Sundberg VOR set. The nav it's not picking up, GPS is fine. Are we on nav mode or heading mode? I can't remember. We're on nav mode, so I'll leave it on nav mode and leave it in GPS mode for the time being. Well, not much to see now, I'm afraid, so it's time to perhaps go and get a quick drink. So if you're watching it live, you've got probably about another 15-20 minutes before we hit the Shetlands, other than passing what was it, Fair Isle, probably in another 5 or 10 minutes, but I think we can just see the Fair Isle there probably, I suspect. But and Shetland is way in the distance, so you'll have to bear with us. I'll leave it flying on an external view. Let's come this side. See what I mean about it going really weird. Yeah, I don't think if you were in real life you probably wouldn't be flying this route in the weather that's up there at the moment. So I'll leave it on just a few clouds, a few little fluffy cumulus clouds. That's a bit weird. Oh, is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, 18 minutes 53 seconds. Estimated time en route. Oh, I did say about 20 minutes, so I wasn't far off. Yeah, that's the 18 minutes. So we've got about 18 minutes to go. Yeah, I was just looking to see if it had an estimated time of arrival, but it gives you an estimated time en route, so that's quite good. And what I should have done was lean the engine back a bit. So should we take a little detour across over the Fair Isle? We're going ahead in mode. Oh, I don't want to go that way. I'll come round this way. There's Fair Isle over here. We're going to have a look at Fair Isle before we head back. It's not too much out of our way. I won't go, I'll just stick to the west of the island. it seems to be quite well behaved with the autopilot and things. Just trying to keep my RPM in the green. It's a wee bit high. Yeah, so let's come round a little bit more. There's a small airstrip on the Faroe Islands as well, I think. Yeah, it's probably, I suspect it's a grass strip. Don't really say much about it. We might not see it because it's on the east side of the island. You might do, but it might be a few more hills on this side of the island. We can't see much from outside at the moment. Seems to be, Faroe seems to be quite sparsely populated. There's a little place called Stony Breck, Bustercoolin, Springfield, Kennerby and Coy, but they're all tiny little hamlets really, I think. I guess they rely on short hops from Sundberg with essential deliveries or to needing medical treatment and stuff, but it's quite small. It's only 1,700 foot long, probably grass strip. It's alright for the likes of small GA planes on what they called the BN2 Islander, that type of thing. Go back in the cockpit again. It looks like it's got fairly steep cliffs on one side of the island. Probably not much to see really. But it breaks up the fairly monotonous water. Oh, I didn't start that up. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not a tour anyway, is it? I should think it's I should think it's pretty bleak up here in the winter months. You see, as you get a bit nearer, the textures tend to pop in a bit, but so we got oops. Yeah, so you get more definition of textures as you get quite close. See, it should be popping in a lot quicker than that, but it looks quite a rocky island. Okay, so we'll get back over onto our route as we fly over the island. There's the little airstrip of Fair Isle. Actually, that's where are we? Yeah, I was trying to see. Oh, I know what I did. So we swing around. There's the little hamlets. Look, oops, sorry, that I spoke of down here. So they're about the only residences I think on the island. Oh, there might be something over there. But yeah, the scenery is quite spectacular. It's a shame it's popping in a bit late, but that's probably partly to do with my settings, but also to do with the internet speed, because most of these textures are sort of downloaded over the internet. Okay, let's see where we're heading. I think we want to come this way a bit more. And that looks like that's probably Shetland up there. So I'm afraid at the moment it's going to be cockpit views only for a little while. There's nothing to see out here much anyway now that we left Fair Isle, but I guess Fair Isle, is that where the Fair Isle jumpers come from? My sister-in-law would have been able to tell me. Part of my reason for visiting was my sister-in-law wanted to. She used to be a nurse and often visited the Orkneys and Shetlands to take various blood samples and things from the elderly folk that lived up here for a research project I think she was on. So she said, I showed her the last or I gave her a link to the last video, and she was interested, was I flying to Shetland? So I said, well, I can do, but unfortunately it wasn't on the tour, but it'd be nice to see anyway. As I say, the little island of Out Skerry is one of the additional airports that Asobo put into this World Update 3 release. So, and it does look quite nice as a little airfield, or I suppose you call it an airfield. It's hardly an airport, Sundberg is the main airport, I think, on the Shetlands. I think there is one halfway up the Shetlands. Let's have a look. Oh, Lerwick. Oh no, Tingwall. But you get some flights, I think, probably to Tingwall. But again, Tingwall is only 2,600, so I think it would only be island hopping flights, I guess. Sundberg is the main, I suppose you call it, international airport, but they only it's only the size for turboprops. I think they can get Dash 8 in there, but mostly it's things like the Saab 340, Beechcraft 1900D, that sort of thing. So I hope the scenery pops in here. If it looks a bit low res, I might just pause the sim for 30 seconds or something and see whether that helps it fill in, because the rocky coastline and things around Sundberg are really quite spectacular. Not mountainous by any means, but they're quite steep-sided rocky cliffs. So we don't really need to descend at this point in time, but as soon as I get my bearings, I have flown in here a few times with the virtual airline. With Highland Connect and that sort of thing. I think with the Dash 8 from Nordic as well, I think I flew in here, Sundberg. I don't know if that was in the schedule at some time from like Bergen or somewhere, but I don't know what the airport representation's like here. I don't think it's not up to as it is in real life, but it's from what I've seen pictures, it's a sort of let's just say an impression of it. I think it's probably the best way to put it. You know, the terminal buildings are not entirely accurate as to how they look in real life, but very similar shape, etc. But otherwise, okay, we want to be over a bit because we want to come in from this sort of angle, I think. So we'll come around this way, because this is I think this is the headland, Sundberg Head, where the lighthouse is. Or is it the other one? No, it's that. Yeah, it's that one. I think. Pretty sure it is. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a crab's claw here. This bit. Two sort of peninsulas. I think they've got a lighthouse on both, but this is the one we want to approach on. So I think yeah, well, we can follow that then. No, there's the approach. Basically, it goes in that way. but they tend to steer more around this peninsula. So, right, so let's. I think what I might do is let's take it off autopilot. We'll trim down a bit, reduce my speed. And come down to about 1,000 feet. I don't put landing lights on. I've had them on all the time because we've been quite low. So right, so we're going to fly in over this point, as I say, which is called Sunberg Head, the lighthouse. So I'm coming down a bit to 1,000 feet. But I think we'll probably be a bit lower than that by the time we hit the coast. I might pause it for a few seconds if the textures don't look very good, just to see if they'll load in. Bit of turbulence. I tell you what, I won't actually land at Sunberg, but I might do a touch and go, as they call it, and then we'll just fly straight away up to Out Skerry. I don't know if they portrayed the lighthouse particularly well. It looks more like a block of flats, whereas it's only really a little white building. It has got a light on it, but the building looks too high. I think I'll just go to the right of it. Yeah, it's definitely not that big. Right, so yeah, it looks more like a hotel, doesn't it? Right, let's see if I can do a touch and go here. I say we come in low. Put my flaps down. I'm a bit late, a bit early putting my flaps down, but and then we follow around this way. Come in over these little farm buildings. And we'll do a touch and go. I think there's more trees here than there should be. See, there's the Sunberg Airport representation, but it's not too bad. It's the right sort of shape. Much too fast, but never mind. So we'll take off again. we'll turn over the island and we'll head north up to Skerry, or out Skerry I think it's called. So I don't know how these houses look, representative at all or not. I think they have generic sort of what they perceive to be English style housing, but or UK style housing. Sorry for those Scots watching. But yeah, this is the representation at the moment of the Shetland Isles. So we'll fly up the coast here and look at the scenery, and so it's I was led to believe there weren't so many trees, or hardly any trees, on the Shetland Isles. They seem to have got a hell of a lot of trees around the coastal fringes as well, like down below us here, down here, which I'm sure is not right. So maybe somebody will be able to fix that at some point. But I think the rest of it, nice looking rocks down below. I think the rest of it is obviously fairly photo scenery representation of the island. So I better look to see what it's not too bad, about 1500 feet. I'm just trying to trim up a bit, fly level as possible without touching the yoke. So I haven't got it on autopilot or anything. I'm just oops, come on, down you come. The trim seems really sensitive. Right, I'll take my hand off the yoke. That's not too bad. Oops. It's probably because it's bobbing a little bit, so I mean it's I think it's a case of sort of flying manually and adjusting it, but we can sort of get the same view outside, I suppose. So let's see where we are. There's out Skerry there. Okay. Oh well, I've sighted out Skerry on the map. It's only a 1,200 foot runway. I'm sure that's enough for the Cessna if I make sure I'm at a low, slow speed. There's that castle down there. Castle that looks like a hotel again. As I say, these are the sort of default. They're not specific textures or anything. There's not one of their areas that they've definitely worked on, but they've made a big difference with this World 3 update to the coastlines, I must admit, other than the trees that are dotted everywhere, and I don't know why they've done that or why it should have those, but I mean if there are trees along the coast there, then fair play, but I don't think they look right. I mean, if one looks down here, I really don't think you get all those trees right on the edge of the coast. Certainly not up here in the Shetland Isles. But it does look quite nice though. Nice scenery. Right, so we're coming up to Tingwall. Well, no, not quite. Lerwick is, where are we? Down in here, I think, is Lerwick, which is, I think, the main town on the Shetland Isles. Looks like they've got the cars on the wrong side of the road down here, or not quite on the road. Some of them might be, I suppose. Maybe they're quite dangerous drivers. Here's one there, looks like a little ant. I wouldn't imagine there's too many cars on the Shetland Isles. It's probably a lovely place to drive around. You've got to get there first though. I guess you can hire a car. Must be able to. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to jerk my mouse. See, I'm not climbing or anything too much. Oh, we've gone up to about 3,000 feet. It's surprising when you're not actually watching the instruments. Let's start descending a little bit. As it they say, aviate, then navigate, and stop looking at the scenery. Well, you can see the scenery out here anyway, to a certain extent. A bit sunny out that side. Alright, so we're coming up to Lerwick. Looks like we've been flying for about an hour and 10 minutes nearly on this one. I think that's the runway of Lerwick flashing there, Tingwall runway, which probably serves Lerwick. Let's go outside again. Right, if I come up, can I come up? Oh yeah, that's a bit better. That's better, so I can see what sort of angle I'm at. I want to keep coming down slightly. Oh, it flaps up. Had my flaps down. I forgot to put them up when we did our touch and go. Never mind. So this is the town of Lerwick over here, which is about to fly over, and there's the airport of Tingwall. Over here is Bressay somewhere. I don't know if that's the name of that island or just a town. See, the rocks look as if they've loaded in much better now. It looks quite spectacular. Alright, seem to be getting a lot lower. What are we? 1500 feet. Alright, try and level off a bit. So there's Tingwell down below us. We'll have a quick look. Anyway, a nice little harbour there, quite well represented, and a more of industrial area over to our right hand side over here. Right, so we're back down at about 1,000 feet, which I don't want to get much lower than that at the moment. So we'll just continue on up the coast. So Wallasey is the next airport or island on our route, which is over to the right somewhere. I think it's probably this one here, I think. So I need to keep track of my height. Let's go back up again. I'm down to what's that, about 900 feet at the moment. Get my vertical speed up a bit. Get my speed up a bit while I'm climbing as well. So that's back up at 1,000 feet. Bring the nose down a little bit, get a bit of speed up, and get there quicker. We'll fly over Wallasey and then Skerry is just off to the northeast of Wallasey, so not too much further. And I think I'll try and fly over the island first of Skerry, and as I say, it does look quite nicely done, and then I'll try a touchdown and land on the runway there and see what their little airport looks like, what they've done with it. Alright, let's come back down again. Keep hovering between 1,000 and 1,500 feet. I don't really want to be that high. Because I want to see what the Skerry looks like. So I think it's just coming into view out here. I think this is Skerry, I would imagine. So if we fly over Wallasey and follow the length of the island and then over the airport, and we should be in the direction then of Outskerry. Let's come down a bit. The zoom on the is a bit too zoomed out for my liking. It should be more like that, and then we can come back. That's more realistic of the zoom level in terms of one's eye. Okay, so I think this is Outskerry over here. So I need to be in the cockpit now, I'm afraid, for the moment. Let me just put the time back a little bit because it's beginning to get dark, and or darker. Doesn't make a lot of difference, but whoops, getting a bit low here. Climb up a bit more. Don't want to be more than or less than 900 feet really over the island. Get too low then it doesn't really look the same. So ahoy Outskerry. As I say, we'll fly over the island and see where the airport is, and then I'll try and do a sort of teardrop approach. The airport looks as if it's on this side of the island actually. So we'll fly over the island and then I'll come back and land in the westerly direction. I think that's the way to do it, as they say. That's the way to do it. Sorry, I'm losing the plot. It's all this lockdown. Impersonating Punch. Okay. I'm presuming that's the airport there actually. Not quite sure. Don't know if I can look on the map a bit closer. No, that can't be the airport. That must be an inlet. The airport's down the other end, I think. Down on this section here. Oh well. We'll still fly along the island. And it's a east-west airport. So we'll land on 27. I'll try and do a low pass. Right, let's get my speed down. Yeah, so they've definitely made a better impression of this. Oh, I can't change here, can I? I'll go outside. Hold on. So even really low, it looks quite impressive, I must admit, the textures and things. You've even got a little fish farm down here, look. I don't know where the airport is. God, look at those cliffs, they look quite realistic. Very nice. Lighthouse over there. We should be able to come around. Yeah, it does look quite realistic. We'll be heading into the sun though. Right, what are we, about 500 feet? Let's have some flaps. Yeah, let me speed up a bit. So I'm hoping to see the airfield, but I don't know exactly where it is. And there's the lighthouse as we come back round. So where is this airfield then? Don't appear to have any that's strange. I better fly up a bit and look. Oops, I'm going to stall if I'm not careful. So I'm looking at the scenery, but there's the airstrip there. Okay, right, it's on that bit. It's just a dirt strip. So we'll come around this way over the little harbour. And I'll circle round. So we want to be to the right of the lighthouse then, don't we? Whoops. This is where when you're manually flying, you've got to keep your eye on the instruments and not look at the scenery, I'm afraid. So let's come back round this way. Where's that lighthouse? Oh, it's over there, okay. Okay, so we'll do a slow turn. Should be around 80, 90 at the moment. I don't want to descend, I don't want to climb too much, but at the same time I don't want to descend too fast. So where are we? That pillar's a bit annoying. Alright, there's the airport, so we'll keep coming round. Keep our about 500 feet for the moment. And then once I see the lighthouse, we'll be able to try and line up to that dirt strip. I think that's the lighthouse there. Shame it's not flashing. I don't know if it does when it's night time, but it doesn't help having that sun so low. Okay. So they don't make this strip very visible, do they? I'm sure it was in this direction, but I might be wrong. It's over to the left. Is that it there? Where is it? Oh, is that it there? Oh, it's there. Okay. Whoa. Oh, this is going to be a bit mad. Whoa. Am I going to make the end? Am I going to go off the end? I'm going to go off the end, aren't I? I can't get any slower. Let's try landing this way. Maybe the wind's changed direction. I've got a tailwind or something. Oh, that's go over this fish farm again. I'm only at 200 feet. I can't get much lower. I'll be down in the drink. Where's this runway then? It seems to come in really fast. Oh, there it is. Doesn't help having all these lampposts everywhere. Right, I'm right down. Whoa. Come on, get it down, get it down, get it down, get it down. Whoa. Alright, brake, 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 brake. Oh, brake. Wow. That is a bit of a hairy place to land. Don't think you can land anything in anything much bigger than the Cessna. I probably would have been better with a cub or something. Let's go down and see what this little island looks like. I don't know if they got a parking area. I didn't see it. You know, apron area. I didn't see anything. I don't know where you park your plane, or whether it's just the runway. Did anybody see any apron on the way in? Where are we? Got a nice little brick walls or dry stone walls. So where do we go here then? Didn't know where to park. We go on the grass, I suppose. Park on the grass. Make sure there's no cars coming. And we'll come around here and park on the by the harbour. There we go. Let's park in here. Alright, I think that deserves a cup of tea. But I mean, it does look quite nice though. And they've done a fair bit of work in all the little details and things. Yeah, I did like the rock faces up here. They were really good as we came in first time round, and all these drywall fences. But I mean that. Oh, that's a windsock. Yeah. Well, we came in the right direction, but it was just I was a wee bit fast. I didn't realise the runway was so short. Yeah. Oh well. My first view of outer Skerries, and probably never get there in real life, but it's one of the more remote little islands. So I mean, if I get the map out here, you can see where we are. We're right here in the middle of on the east side of the mainland, Shetland mainland. There's Submerg down here. So yeah. So there we go. That was my little diversion. I'm not going to fly back to Wick. I shall pick up the scheduled tour from Wick another day. So thanks for watching. Afraid the video was an hour and a half in total, but I'm sure those watching it post live will be able to skim through it a bit and see the bits they want to see. So thanks again for watching, and I'll leave the my end screen just while I close a few things down. So thanks again, and hopefully you'll join me again next time.